I always intend to go back and record and open and be like, this is what we talked about. And then I'm like editing it and I'm like, but I would have to plug the microphone in and then I'd have to like make sure it's the same like level, and then I don't care.
So if you're gonna talk about Detroit Become Human, Jack's live stream doing
the birds in the
chimney.
The chimney. There's going to be chimney birds that may or may not. My God,
I told you.
Wow.
I've heard them like from the little tiny peeping of babies all to now.
The ambiance of small chimney birds,
like when they were just
right behind the room where we're recording. Maybe at one point, I'd like hold the microphone up to the wall and be like, "Do you hear the birds?"
I gotta say this: listening to Prue and Waldorf's Ride or Die Supernatural podcast,
right?
I am so much Waldorf. With all of her, like, yeah, I will go and hunt the thing. I have killed the children and all of this. And I am so Waldorf. I feel akin, I
forget who it was. They're like, you need to do an episode just on Supernatural. And I was like,
Dear
that's...
Jesus.
Like, just like on the fandom and the fanfic. And I'm like, that's great, but I wasn't in the fandom. Like, I read me some Destiel, but I wasn't, like, actually in the fandom. And I wasn't in, like, I wasn't, like, in the fandom when Blindfold, the community, happened. You don't know about I think it was called Blindfold. It was a kink community that was completely anonymous, and some dark shit went down there.
Well, Supernatural.
Like, some dark shit.
Wow.
And I think it was finally shut down because of, like, there was, like, some serious dark shit, and I only know, I was never there.
You just, like, heard secondhand.
I heard secondhand about how, like, it got deep, and I'm just like...
Well, I mean, it's Supernatural.
Yeah,
it was Teen Wolf before Teen Wolf. So
who was it? Someone mentioned, maybe it was Prue talking about it in an old Slash Report episode about how, like, that's kind of like one of the stepping off points for the nodding stuff, because there was something about Jensen and dogs.
Yeah, you still run across that.
It's like
on AO3.
I'm
just like, why?
so glad that I was not in Blindfold.
This is not what
I was not in the fandom at that time, and I was just like, oh, that's probably for the best.
No, see, you were for Destiel, whereas I prefer Gabriel, which is Dean and Gabriel.
Well, yeah.
I'm just like, that pleases me so much. Maybe a little, like, with slight Sabriel, but I'm all for Gabriel.
Whatever makes you happy, sweet pea.
I know.
You do you.
And it makes me so happy. And except the one, Sam Gabriel, and it was Mayhem from the Allstate commercials show up as, like, one of Gabriel's exes, and he just, like, fucks with the Impala, and Dina's like, oh, hell no, and, like, random shit happens, and Mayhem's acting like he's in Allstate commercials, so he's like, oh, yeah, I am a teenage girl, and I just ran over your car, and, did I ever send you that?
This sounds familiar.
Let me find it. It is amazing.
But a lot of things sound familiar.
And somebody did a podfic of it, and they did so great. It is so great. Let me find it. I still go back to it every once in a while and be like, is this just the best thing?
This sounds really familiar, but, like, I read, like, a lot of shit, like, all at once, very intensely, and then just, like, faded out of Supernatural.
Yeah, see, I started watching it from season 1. And then I got to the 4th episode, and then I skipped through watching just Gabriel episodes, because that's all I wanted. That's all I was there for. Then I've put a pause on that because of Prue and Waldorf's Ride or Die podcast. So now I'm gonna, like, watch it and then listen to their next episode as we go, so it's tolerable.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do, like, a rewatch with them. Just like I'm doing, like, I gave up on, like, going through in the entirety of Night Vale, and now I'm just, like, re-listening to it as they review it on Good Morning Night Vale.
It's so cool.
That is so cool. I spent an entire work shift. What was it? Pizza, put it in a box.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
And now I have to go find that so I can link it to it. Pizza, pasta, put it in a box. And then something about put it on my cock.
What?
Yes!
It's like,
now I have
a vague, like...
Oh my god, now I have to, like...
The hamster is running, but it keeps falling off the wheel.
And now I have to open it and, like... I'm so sorry for our listeners that are about to hear this.
Never apologize.
Oh, I'm like
They should know what they're getting into by now.
I'm so sad for our 8 listeners.
You should feel more sad for yourself when you have to go and edit this later.
I am sad for myself because I know what's going to happen in the future. In like a week, when I finally get around to editing this, I'm going to be like, let's just edit this, get this out, and let's finally do this. And I put it off long enough, and then it's going to like, it's like a jump scare me, only like so much worse. Why is Tumblr not fucking loading? I swear to Lucifer on a graham cracker, I can't even fucking load. I've gotten one of the teenagers at work into saying, "Are you flipping my pancakes?"
Yes.
It was so busy one day, and she like looked at me because like there was just no stopping. People kept showing up like we were at a goddamn restaurant, and she went, "My pancakes are so flipped right now." She's like, "I'm about to lose my entire shit. My pancakes are so flipped." I was like, "Is the internet being stupid?" Oh, it's just Chrome. It's just Chrome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My Chrome is fine.
Oh, one of the people that I follow on Tumblr that has a small child that went to see Dan and Phil. Mm-hmm. Bless her heart, her name is Happy Days. It's the same author of the one that I wrecked an episode or two back with I think it was the same person that wrote the fic where Dan and Phil had kids and they went to Disney World.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, she must have children. That was one of the people that I follow that actually has children. Or at least one child that she took to see VIP to see Dan and Phil. And the child was like, is small child, like completely silent through like seeing them because like the small child was so like awestruck and forgot to hug Dan. And so Marianne like she's taking the child away, the mother's taking the child away, and the child goes, "Mommy, I was so overwhelmed." No, she didn't say overwhelmed. She's like, yeah. I was so overwhelmed that I forgot to hug Dan, and she was like so upset. So she went and she was like, "Marianne, my child forgot to hug Dan. Like, she didn't get to." And Marianne was like, "Oh, this will make Dan's day," and let her go back and hug Dan. Aww. And Dan, like, got down on his knees and, like, put his arms out and, like, let the child hug him.
That's
great. And I was like, that is the cutest thing.
Because Dan loved kids anyway.
Yeah. So
and that's just so great.
It was nice that Marianne was like, because Marianne's their, like, their tour person.
Yeah. Kind of like the manager.
Yeah, the tour manager that's been with them, I guess, through the last tour, too. And she's like, "This will just make Dan's day." And Dan was like, "Phil, the kid liked me best. The kid liked me best."
Oh,
but that's so cute. Like,
but there's pictures.
Look at that cute ass picture.
Oh,
that is so precious.
Oh,
it's just like, it's so cute.
That's pure joy on Dan's face right there. I was
like, oh. It's like a child.
I know. So they get happy seeing their fans and stuff. But when a little kid comes up, they're just like,
he's like, "Yay! A audience member that we actually thought we were like instead of we actually thought like was our audience instead of the 20-somethings that are currently our audience
and their moms. They're like such nice boys."
Because like in one of the live stream when Rise failed because Rise is terrible. Did you hear about Rise? It's from the people that do you now, and they're sponsoring Dan and Phil's thing.
Horrible app.
Horrible app. I didn't even download it. I'm like, I just can't.
I tried, and then it won't let you just do like a normal picture for an avatar. Yeah. It's like, hey, we want you to take a selfie. There's no other option. It's like, okay, and then all this other. I'm like, I'm not putting this information in. I'm not taking a selfie.
You can have a selfie of my foot.
I took a picture of my stuffed worm.
Yeah.
And like, this is the picture. Y'all have to deal with that.
I didn't even download it. I'm like, someone will put it up on Tumblr. And then it was like 15 seconds of just the loading screen, from what I understand, and then it just crashed. so it didn't happen.
Exactly. The reason I just went ahead and deleted the app, because I was like, okay, it's going to want to have access to your microphone and your camera, because it might record some stuff, no. Might record audio, no. Just no. I'm not okay with this.
It's taking me absolutely forever to find this stupid Diddy meme of a damn pizza, putting it on your cock, and it's awful. And now Tumblr is just forever loading. Okay, I forgot what I was even talking about. In the episode in the live stream where they were going to be on Rise, but they ended up streaming on Dan's channel instead because Rise just died. Dan said something about, he's like, "You all are so old." He's like, "We weren't expecting you to be 20-somethings with problems." Basically what he said. He's like, we're all dying. You're so old. I was like, same. Except when we're 30-somethings with problems, and some of us have children.
Exactly.
We're indoctrinating early. I'm going to find this just to be horrified. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay. Let me copy this link, and then I'm going to make you listen to it, and myself in the future, because this is awful. Stop it. Pause.
And all 7 listeners that we have.
I'm sorry for everything I've ever done. This is Jesus punishing us for all of our life choices. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
That was
I'd wear that shirt.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. That was going through my head the entire 9-hour shift at work. The entire...
What's it called?
I'll just send it to you.
So I wonder if I can get that as a ringtone.
Oh my god.
Let me look.
But the entire shift, I'm just like running around like making a sandwich, and I'm like, pizza, pasta. Just like,
that's awesome.
Like counting money, being like, and put it on my cock.
Oh, I think I found it.
This is awful.
Wait,
awful.
I think I found it. I'm so happy.
I'm glad someone is happy, because I will never be happy again.
That is going to be the work ringtone. That's going to be going through my head all day thanks to you, and I'm actually going to enjoy it. Because I'm going to be at work and just randomly...
Pizza, pasta! Now that, like, the cock pizza song is out of the way, do you want to do your rec first?
Sure! It did not involve that song, so, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Okay.
As always. One is a Detroit Become Human.
This is going to be the Detroit Become Human episode.
It's a good...
Detroit Become hashtag.
Yes! And it is a Hank Connor.
Of course it is.
Of course. It's by 3 nicotine patches. It's called runprogramcommunication.exe. And the summary is Connor gets paid and Hank gets drunk.
I mean, that's pretty legit.
It's only 3,000 words. And I liked it. Just what I do on my break at work is just read this.
Well, that's legit.
The second one is called You Could Be Paying This for Yourself by Wallmaker Relic.
Okay.
It's Gabriel introduces his boyfriend, Sam, to his ex-boyfriend, Mayhem, from the Allstate commercials. Hilarity ensues. Gabe is amused. Sam is not. And Dean might have to kill this guy if he doesn't get away from Dean's car. It is very funny. And it's only 2,000 words. And I still find it very amusing to this day.
I'm glad you're happy with your position in Supernatural.
Yes. It's not my preferred pairing, but it still amuses me very much.
So, my rec is... I was going to say the first one is Detroit Become Human, but I realized that both of them are Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
Because apparently I'm trash now. The first one is a Tracy.
Yay!
Because, I was fine with, Jacksepticeye's playthrough. I was like, this is cool. And then he was like, they're in love! And I was like, they are in love! I was like, oh my god! It's called Idling, and the author is AQA473.
Okay.
The summary is the Tracys share a moment alone after a long night, after they escape. Spoilers for Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
After they escape, they are figuring out what they want to do and how that they're going to live and where they want to go to live their life. And so there's just a quiet conversation as they figure out what they're doing. It's really sweet.
Aww.
And I want to podfic it. It's really cute. One of 2 fics on AO3
of Tracy.
Because I was like, how would I search this? Tracy, and I was like, oh, there's 2. Only 2, but both of them are good. But that's one from AO3, and the other one, you may have seen this. The other one is a little comic of Connor and Hank, and someone did a little fic for it, where the comic is after Connor, spoilers for Detroit Become Human. It was a Tracy one, you'd be like, okay, Tracy, whatever.
Yeah.
but this is actually like a spoiler after Connor doesn't shoot the android, Chloe. When they're leaving, like, Connor has like an android version of like a little panic attack.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, you might have seen it.
Yes, I think I've reblogged that.
Yeah. I may have got it from you. Like, Connor has a little android panic attack, like, in the snow in the middle of the road, and Hank is like, "You're not broken, Connor." And then someone did a little fic for it, and it's just really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I like that someone on Tumblr was like, Connor and Hank, like, father-son relationship. Log on to Tumblr. It's all smut.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really funny.
And it should be.
Brian, as he's playing Detroit Become Human, he was like, yeah, and like I think it's like the 3rd episode of his like first playthrough. Brian, the actor that plays Connor,
Brian Decker.
He was like, yeah, people told me not to go on Tumblr. He's like, I'm not sure why. He's like, but I think that's a website people were like, you don't need to go on Tumblr. And I was like, that will be
reason.
That will be what makes or breaks you. And like your fandom is if you go on Tumblr and you're like, oh, okay, cool, it's fine, or it'd be like, oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
So like we will see if like he stumbles upon anything suspicious and is like, oh dear god.
So great.
We shall see. He seems pretty cool, and he's like, he seems like an all around good human.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, you know, his fiance has had to be on Tumblr. I mean, now wife. Because they're married
she's
now.
on Tumblr.
That she knows, she's in the know. Yeah. And she can just be like, no, it's okay, honey. You don't need to know this.
This is not for you. This is for me.
Yes.
Jax still streaming? Jack's still screaming. He's always screaming.
Always screaming. If you listen closely, you can still hear him.
Yeah, I hear the echoes. It's like, he's awake. And then 12
Mark
hours later, it's like, Jack's still awake. Yeah. Jack never sleeps.
No. Yes, and Mark is streaming now, too.
Oh, okay. Dueling streams.
Yes.
But what's Jack up to now on his charity? Because we're streaming, we're recording during Jack's Able Gamers charity stream.
You mean donation-wise?
Yeah. What's it up to?
Let's see.
Because I know he was shooting for 100,000. I know he'll get it.
He's almost at 40,000.
Awesome.
He's at 39,595.
Nice.
Oh, 39,600.
Nice.
But yeah, he's almost at $40,000.
Nice.
And it's been what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
So I don't know how long the stream is gonna go, but I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's for Able Gamers, which is great. And then there's Mark, who's streaming the new Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Oh yeah. I think I tweeted about that. I was like, Jesus is real. Mark is like playing another new Five Nights at Freddy's. I was like, I'm so excited.
And it's so great.
Because that's what like the first things that I watched of Mark was Five Nights.
Mm-hmm. In Mark's description on his live stream, he has Jack's charity, the Tiltify.
Oh, that's good.
So that's cool.
That. Friendship.
I know.
Friendship.
It's the legends supporting legends thing,
right?
Yeah, he's like, go support Jack's charity, and he has like the link to the Tiltify, so that's good.
Have both streams up at once.
Yes, kill the Wi-Fi.
Absolutely. Seriously, like I was like at home, I was like streaming Jack, and trying to torrent.
Yeah.
I mean, download legally, and then legally paying money for stuff and things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is like my download's going really slow. I was like, also I'm like streaming Jax, because I was like streaming it at like the highest quality without realizing it. I was like, oh no, we gotta blow this quality back down. We gotta lower this shit. Jack's playthrough of Detroit Become Human was like so great.
It really was.
It was so great, and it was one of the few things, I think I told you this, where like I like was completely focused on the screen instead of like doing other stuff. Because I was like trying to play Sims, and I kept like my sim was just like off doing God knows what because I forgot to pause because I was just like focused on like it playing on my phone, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is so fascinating. It's like a movie.
It really is,
and it's so pretty.
And and stuff like that. Usually, if I'm watching something that's that long, I end up drifting off to do something on my phone.
I didn't drift,
or I would just like come home from work, and instead of going to bed like I should have. I would just like have my phone propped up against the pillow, and I'd just be laying in bed just watching this.
Yeah, right?
And I was like, but I need to see the next episode. I need more.
Right? Like, it was one of the first things where I was like, I am so excited for Jack to upload. Because normally it's like, oh, cool, Jack uploaded. I can watch that when I get home from work or whatever. But I was like, I have enough time before I have to leave for work. I need to watch this, like, right now.
See, I unknowingly waited until he was done. And
I couldn't. I watched the first one and I was like, I need to watch everyone as soon as it comes out.
And so I just streamlined like the next few days because I'd watch 2 or 3 and like I have to go to bed, I have to sleep because I work tonight. And, and the sun is coming up and it's not happy.
What is sleep?
I know. And so then I'd have to, not watch it. It would make me very sad. And I'd have to go to sleep.
Sleep?
I know. And so it was great. I loved it so much. I'm considering going back and watching it again. And continue to yell at the screen because Jack, like, he doesn't do well under pressure and he keeps clicking the wrong option.
Yeah.
And stop it! I want to play it, but I don't own a PS4.
I know, right? I was like, this game has made me consider buying a PS4, which has never happened before.
Mm-hmm. It's just, I need more. I just need more of Detroit Become Human. It is so great. And so pretty.
It's so pretty.
So pretty.
And like,
I would forget that I was watching him play a video game.
Right?
I'm just like that, then I'm like, oh yeah, Jack is like in, I kind of like tune out Jack for a while. I'm just watching.
Like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through a rewatch of it, but I got distracted because Brian Deckard was, like, I found out that he was doing a first playthrough. He does do some stuff a little bit differently than Jack, so he's, like, found things that Jack didn't find.
Yeah.
Or that Jack didn't find till his, like, second playthrough where he was, like, streaming. Like...
So I haven't watched Jack stream it yet. I haven't watched that video.
When Jack was streaming, he was doing, like, all the wrong decisions and feeling really bad about it. And Brian Deckard is going to do what he calls the Red Connor playthrough, where he, like, does... Because he, like, knows all the bad choices, at least for Connor.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Because he talks about how, like, he had, like, all the lines and everything, so he, like, had to, like, put them into, okay, these are, like, good, neutral, and bad, so he could, like, understand, like, what he was doing and how to play them. At least for Connor, it'll be, like, a shit show.
I know. That makes me happy and sad at the same time.
Right.
Because watching him play that will be very fun. But
also, he'll be like, I'm
so
sorry.
So sad because I adore Connor so much, and he just needs to be like, he's my precious baby boy. He needs to be protected.
Connor is precious,
and he just needs to be in the corner, wrapped in a blanket, petting Sumo. That's all I need.
Have you seen the fan art of, like, Sumo sitting on Connor?
Yes. Yes. Like some decisions Jack made that people make art or references to, or like I just went on YouTube after I finished watching Jack, and I'm just like all the interactions, like all Connor choices, and I'm like, I didn't see this because Jack didn't go into the kitchen. He went onto the roof. Yeah, I'm just like, this is like, another thing that Jack would have failed at. Yeah.
Mark hasn't played it, has he?
No.
It'll be interesting how Mark plays it, because I imagine he will. At some point.
I just hope he doesn't get spoiled for it like they did Undertale for him.
Yeah.
Because that made me so mad.
Yeah.
So I hope they don't throw their opinions like, oh, you're not playing it right. Because it's not, there is no right way to play it. It's how you play. Yeah. That's why they make them with multiple choices on how you can play.
Someone on Tumblr went off about how, like, people were spoiling it for Jack while he was playing it. He didn't seem too upset. I don't know, like, what exactly they were trying to spoil. Yeah. But he didn't seem too upset, because I was like, is he going to be upset the next time he uploads? And he wasn't, so I assumed that it all worked out and it was fine. Yeah.
Still, you shouldn't spoil it for people.
So, while I'm searching, I was like, okay, I guess I'm going on the Detroit Become Human. On AO3, I was like, here we go. Oh, that's a lot of Connor and Hank smut. I was like, this, I can't. Yeah. I can't. No shade, but I can't. Hank is not pretty.
No,
Hank is not attractive to me, therefore I can't live like this.
I can see how Connor would want to hit that.
If Hank would just shave and shower.
Shower, yes. Shave, no, because I don't think that would work well for him. I think he should keep the beard. He needs, like a shower and a haircut.
Yeah, it's like, just a little bit. Never mind. It's fine. But one of the tags, I was like, One of the tags that I saw was memory sharing via sweaty palm.
Oh God!
I forget what fic it was on, but I saw it and I was like, that's a beautiful tag. I was like, that's great. And it's just stuck with me.
That's the best.
It's just stuck.
It explains so much about that.
It's just like, that's real funny. That would be something I'd be like, it would be funny if Brian Deckhart did see that. Just that tag.
Yes.
Because he'd be like, what even is
it would
wrong
be
with
like
my fans?
In chat, like scrolling, and he'd like zone in on like that one.
Yeah. He's like, who typed memory sharing via sweaty palm? I don't understand.
He'd do the laugh, I don't get this, but okay.
He seems really sweet. Like, he understands that, because I've seen criticism of Detroit Become Human, like the way they handle race and stuff, which is valid. Like, it is valid, because you are setting it in Detroit.
Exactly. With
all that, I don't want to say baggage, but all that history of what Detroit, like, happened to Detroit, and what's still going on in Detroit. Everything like that. Someone did a piece on it, which I have, like, completely lost. And I was like, this criticism is valid. It's a beautiful video game, but this criticism is valid for it.
But it also, like, makes people aware of what's going on. I like how they did it with the androids. It's like, some things like, okay, but it's androids. People are like, but it's what, what if?
Yeah, like, this is
and it's
a throwback to...
Exactly, especially a lot of the themes.
Through history. And Jack touched upon it a little bit. He's like, I don't really know, like, all the history of Detroit, but he's like, but I, like, Jack wasn't gonna speak on it because he's like, I don't want to talk out my ass about stuff that I don't understand. He's like, I'm not American. I don't, like, know about these things.
Yeah. Well,
and there was a lot of, like, there was parts I'm just like, this is very heavy-handed with, like
the androids in the back of the bus.
The androids in the back of the bus and, like, marching. And I was like, this is extremely heavy-handed. I understand why you did it. I was like, but the criticisms are valid.
They are.
Because I'm watching this and I'm like, this is very heavy-handed. And Brian Deckhart seems to understand that as well. Because he's like, I forget what he said. It was like, I think it was the 3rd episode of his playthrough. That was the one I watched most recently. Where he's like, he is aware of the history and... like the civil rights movement and everything like that. What he talked about, you could tell he's not talking out of his ass.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not, he doesn't act like a stupid white person.
You could tell he's done a little bit of research at least.
Which I appreciate. He's not just like, I'm an actor and da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, he seems fairly intelligent, which I appreciate. He seems very intelligent. And his now wife is very pretty.
Very pretty. They are both of them are very pretty.
Very pretty. So
I still can't get over how pleasing Brian's face is. I just look at it and it's like, I'm not like the most beautiful person in the world. It's like,
you have a very symmetrical, pleasing face.
It's very appealing, his
very
face.
pleasing.
And I can't stop looking at it. Every time I see it, I just stare at it.
You were a very good choice for Connor.
Yes.
Because Connor says something about, one of his lines is, I am engineered to be like a perfect representation. Like, all of my characteristics are, like, designed to be this way. And I was like, good job.
Yeah.
You are a good representation of what, like, a human could be if they were an android.
Yes. Well, see, and he was designed to, like, for people to automatically, like, feel, like
comforted and trusting.
Exactly. And it's like, I can see that with that face.
Yeah, I was like,
And it's like, okay, I understand this.
Yeah.
I would follow him anywhere.
Right.
So I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. I assume this is Mark's current stream that someone just gifted?
No,
this is
because he's playing FNAF and it's just him.
What even is this?
That must have been one of the ones where him and Amy were either playing farming or...
Yeah, it had to be.
I love it when they stream
so
together.
Cute.
I love it so much.
They're so freaking cute.
They are. It's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right.
These idiots with their, like, cute relationships.
I know. No, but I feel so bad for him because it's like he lost his niece in a car crash, and then like 2 days later it was his birthday, so it's like, well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's so, like, Oh, so was it his niece?
It was his niece. It was like...
Poor guy.
Yeah. And he explained it. It's not like... It's his... mom and dad divorced, so his dad got remarried, so it's his stepmom, but then, his dad died, and so then his stepmom remarried, and so that guy that she married, so technically his stepdad, brought all this family. And,
wow.
Yeah, so...
More family to care about.
Exactly, and so that niece was, like, somewhere in that family. Yeah. So it's still his niece, and he still cares about them, and so he's just like...
It's like, surprise, extended family.
I know. Which, it's great.
Yeah. And Mark's like a loving person, so like I'm sure he was like, oh, yay, more family. Well, it's more family for stuff to happen too. That's so sad.
She was in high school, I think, still. I don't know. I think she was... Because the picture they showed was her, like, in her cheerleading, and it didn't sound like she was too older, because she would brag to her friends that she was related to me. It's like, they wouldn't believe her, and so when he would come down to visit, they'd like get all the pictures and all this, and it's like, yeah, his niece. It's so funny.
Yeah, I know this YouTube celebrity. How about that?
I know. But he set up a GoFundMe to like cover the funeral costs of like $15,000. And it was almost $60,000 that they raised.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, when I last looked, it was almost to $55,000. So I'm pretty sure it was like somewhere near $60,000.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And it's like funerals and shit are expensive.
I know, and just the $15,000 that he set it up for, that's like just funeral costs, and it's ridiculous.
Like, that's freaking expensive. She's gonna have a gold-plated casket.
Yeah.
As she rightly deserves.
Exactly, and it'll say, the niece of Markiplier.
The niece of Markiplier.
It's like, daughter, whatever, niece of Markiplier.
If I ever know anybody famous in, like, that context, I want that on my tombstone. Mm-hmm. This is a terrible thing to joke about, and I'm sorry that Mark lost.
Number 1, Dan Trash.
Yes, that's what I want on my tombstone. Scatter my ashes with my Dan and Phil plushies.
Yes.
Just in a park, like Dan and Phil plushies in the middle and the ashes just all around. Like a salt circle.
On their 20th tour, I will take you around to every show and be like, will you hug this urn at every show?
You just take a picture with my sister and just like bring out the urn, and Dan and Phil will just be like,
you don't understand. She was your number 1 fan.
She had all of your merch.
All of your merch.
She was actually trash. She lived in a dumpster.
Yes.
The dumpster said Dan and Phil spray painted on the side.
Even Oscar was like, nah, man.
Oscar's like, that's too much. We can't live like that. And I'm like, try me, bitch. This went in a really like dark,
Oscar
weird
just
place.
had the trash can. You were like...
I had a dumpster.
Yes, exactly. You were in the dumpster.
The dumpster.
You were like queen of the trash pile.
I still want to go to Nashville. I'm just waiting for the day to decide. It depends on if I have off that day and what my anxiety levels are at. I'll be like, I'm just going to drive to Nashville. My car's fine. I'm going to drive to Nashville. I'm like waiting to see if it actually happens.
So I'll get a call from you and being like, I broke down halfway from Nashville. I've already seen the show, so it's fine. But I need you to come pick me up.
I got you a plushie. Will you come pick me up?
Yeah.
I got you a set of plushies because they don't sell them individually. You have to buy the 2.
See, that's great.
That is too. It's like, no, they have to be together.
Yes, always.
And that's really cute. It's really cute. The merch is not that bad. Like, someone put a picture of the Dan and Phil US merch, like the prices that they had up.
Okay.
The denim jacket is $80, but
that's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Considering.
And someone was like, okay, the denim jacket runs like average in sizing. Everything else runs large.
Yeah.
It's better than everything running small, so you buy this, like, normally medium-sized t-shirt, and then it's like, oh, this is not a medium size. This is an X small because they use this teeny tiny brand. And all their merch seems to run larger, which I appreciate.
Because they're giants. They're tree giants. People.
They're tree people, and also, like, this stuff does shrink.
Yes.
And so I appreciate that. These birds are really going to town.
I told you.
Damn. But yeah, and I like added it all. I was like, what if I bought one of each thing? Oh, that's like $300. I was like, as much as I want to pay my rent to Danville.
But see, you won't buy it all at one show. You'll buy some at each show.
But see, all the shows are going on one paycheck.
They are,
because they're all right next to each other within like 5 days apart. So I'm like,
it's one show and then like a day off, and then it's 2 shows.
Yeah.
Are we going to a 4th show?
No, that's Nashville, because it was like the 28th of July,
and then the 1st and the 2nd.
It's a month.
Yeah.
So the 28th of July, and then the 1st and the 2nd, because they're going to like Cincinnati, and then Illinois, and then they're going to be back to do Columbus and then Louisville, and then there's Nashville, and I think it's the 3rd is Nashville. I think I actually like took a vacation day for the 3rd as well, like so I could recover.
Yeah, I don't get that luxury.
No, you don't get that yet. So Nashville may or may not happen, depending on if I've gotten all the merch that I wanted from the other shows. Because the first thing, priority, the plushies. I don't know. Decisions are hard, man.
They really are.
Especially decisions where you have to spend money. Dan's 27 now.
Oh, yeah.
He's a grown-ass adult. I'm so happy. He wore like a little like hat, like a birthday hat, and like all of his not Instagram, and all of the meet and greet photos, he had like the little, I think it was black, like a little birthday hat on.
That's great.
That was really cute. Yeah, it's definitely picking up the sound of them birds.
I told you.
The nice background ambiance of baby birds. I'm glad Jack's tour has been so successful.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for him. He's doing great, sweetie. He's doing great.
I'm proud.
Apparently Dan liked a tweet from Pat that says, when parents say go to your room and think about what you've done, it's really just good practice for what you do every night as an adult. Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, you reblogged the cock pizza thing.
Yes, I
was
did.
like, who put this on my timeline? Oh, it's you. You put it on my dash again.
Always. That you're just gonna periodically find it on your dash now.
One of the people that I refreshed there, because there's the 2 that I actually got into Dan and Phil. The one I'm still waiting on. She hasn't gotten back to me after being like, I see that you want me to watch these videos, and I'm like, yeah. And then she's like disappeared, and I haven't talked to her in a while. And then one that like watched them. She went to the Denver show last night. She had fun. I'm glad she had fun.
That's good.
She'd be the first one. Oh, Boner is coming to Columbus with us.
Oh.
She's coming down because she finally got a job in like her field that she's been waiting for like a year to try to find a job. So she's not in like a shitty job anymore.
Yeah. Awesome.
So she's coming to Columbus. I thought I had told you.
No.
So you'll get to see Boner. She picked, because we have the 2 seats that are like on the ground, like 6 rows from the stage, like in Columbus, which is fine. And I was like, Boner, these are where we are sitting. I was like, in the row behind us, on the other side of the row, but the row right behind us, there's this one seat, and like drew her a map and like put like arrows. And I was like, this seat, I see it is like seat such and such is still available. It's this much money. And she's like, when I get paid. And then she got it.
That's awesome.
So now she's like the row behind us, like all the way over there, but she's there.
This way you can like turn around, be like thumbs up,
be like lean all the way back, be like, hey. Yeah.
Like, random person in this row, will you trade with, with Boner?
So I'm glad that one seat was still there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you get to see her, and I'll finally get to give her the wedding gift that I never sent to her.
Isn't it like 4
years ago? Like, I just realized I still had it.
I keep telling you.
I forgot that I still had it. And, like, I moved something around in, like, the linen closet, and I was like, this fucking box is still here. I was like, how long has this been? So I was like, Boner, do you want me to give you this penis cake pan?
Yeah.
That I meant to send you? She's like, yeah. I was like, cool, your husband, you're going to go to America to see this show, and your husband, you're going to come back and your husband's going to be like, what did you do in America that you're bringing back a penis cake pan?
Only the best, most fun
I went to see Dan and Phil, and I brought back this penis cake pan.
Yes.
So stupid. Oh, it was such a fail. I've had that for like 5 years. So so
but
bad.
you'll finally get to give it to her.
I'll finally get to give it to her. I'll be like, get to give it to her, like, in real life, be like, here, have the penis cake pan. It's so stupid. I don't remember what it looks like, because it's, like, still in the box. The box is now covered in cat hair, because it's been in the linen closet for 5 years. I really hope, I assume Jack will have recorded his show at some point, or will record it. I hope he does, because it's really a great, like, that was a really just great, like, uplifting, positive show.
I hope.
And, like, I didn't take any pictures. You took the pictures, because, like, I was behind the tallest person alive. And, like, my phone's slightly more crap. But I want a recording of it, because it was so positive, and it was, like, genuinely funny. And I'm glad he's doing that comedy festival or whatever. He's doing his show at, like, a comedy festival that he used to watch when he was growing up in Montreal. I think
that's cool.
Yeah, he just released, like, a little video about it, and like, yeah, I used to watch this on TV. And they approached him and said, do you want to do your show at this festival? And he's like, yeah.
The little boy inside of him was like,
he's just like, yay! It's like, yay.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's like all these, like, little opportunities are opening up for him, and I'm so proud, because he does deserve those little opportunities. I'm so happy for him.
Yes.
It's nice when, like, good people have good things happen.
Actually get rewarded for their goodness.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen
To
very
spread
often.
more positivity. Like, that's really good. And, like, and I wish I could remember what he said at, like, the end of his show. Basically, like, if you love something, just put everything into it and do it. And I was like, that's I was like, that's legit.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what stuck with me, even though I can't remember exactly what he said. Good job.
Okay, yes.
Even though I can't remember exactly what he said, like, that stuck with me. It lingered, but in a good way, not how things sometimes linger when you're thinking about, like, the ending scene of Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, like, a year later where you get scooped.
Yeah.
I don't know why that lingered, but I'm just like, whoa. Whoa. Can't. Oh, do you know Sailor J has, like, suffers from depression as well?
Yeah, I can see that.
She tweeted and she was like, I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded a video in a while. She's like, depression is bitch and it's awful, and, like, I feel like I can't do anything. And I was like, understand. Everyone was really supportive, which is good. She's like, I feel like I'm failing you guys. And I was like, no, it's awful. When you don't feel like doing anything, then, you don't feel like doing anything.
Exactly.
It's terrible. Thankfully, I haven't had, like, a really bad depressive episode. Like, I had, like, one day I was just like, I'm just gonna lay on the couch and do nothing. What the fucking fuck is this stock photo?
Oh no. What? What? I feel like that cat.
Anyway, but yeah, like, it sucks. It sucks. I was like, oh shit, this, like, I can feel, like, the depression. I feel like I don't want to do anything, but thankfully it lasted only, like, 2 days. And I was like, oh good. I can do other things now. It's hot as fuck. I'm dying.
Yes.
I'm dying. I'm going to melt. Oh god,
I
right?
can't wait for the new Venom movie.
Right, I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I want to see it. I want it now.
I'm really excited to see that. Not that excited to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I will see it because the Wasp will be amazing. Can we have just the Wasp?
That's all I want.
And the new Avengers 4.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Like, some of the concept art.
I haven't.
For, like, Captain Marvel, because she'll be in it. And then there was concept art for Thanos, and I'm like, why is Thanos still a thing? I don't like it. I don't care. I don't give one single shit about Thanos and his stupid man drama and his stupid story. I don't care. I don't even like
weird ass face.
His weird ass face that looks like a ball sack on his chin.
It really does.
And I don't care. And it's not even like the righteous anger for, like, a truly bad villain.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're just so bad, but you're just, I don't care because I hate you. I just am indifferent to Thanos. I'm just indifferent, which is worse because I can't even, like, bring it up. It's like,
I wasn't excited to that whole thing, and once, like we said after we got out of that movie, it's like, we paid money for that.
I paid money for Thanos to happen to my face, then it wasn't even fun.
No.
It's like...
If I wanted to pay money for something fun, I would get someone hot.
Right.
And Thanos is not hot.
He's not hot.
It does not fall in that scale. And they had fucking Red Skull in that movie. Why? Red Skull is dead. He burnt up because he's just not good. And I have many issues with this whole series and the way they did Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
And all I want is lots of Tony.
Yeah.
All the badass Marvel ladies.
And Shuri. Tony and Shuri.
Oh, Shuri.
Tony and Shuri just talking about, like, Tony just being like, hands on his chin. Yes, tell me about the technology.
Yes, you adorable thing.
Just tell me the technology.
Yes. And then Shuri just pop and be like, no.
No. You can't even have my technology. No. You can have nothing.
No, but I'll take your bots.
Colonizer.
I can make your bots better. It's like this one. He doesn't work right. It's like, shh.
And Tony's like, no, leave Dummy alone. Let Dummy be who he wants to be.
Yes.
He's a piece of shit. I love him.
Yes.
Like, I just realized we didn't go see Ocean's 8.
I know. I was like,
oh crap, we never saw Ocean's 8.
I know. I still want to see that.
I need to acquire it.
Yeah.
Somehow through osmosis.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it'll just appear one day on your hard drive. Like,
appear.
How did this get here? It must be a gift from the gods.
It is. Like, every so often I'll be like, yeah, and then like I'll just be like running baseline. It's like it's fun. And I'll see like Anne Hathaway and be like, damn, I'm gay.
I know, right?
It's like that's why it's my tag on Tumblr. It's like, oh yeah, damn, I'm gay.
It's like now I realize that I'm older. It's like there's a reason I watched Princess Diaries,
right?
And it wasn't for the storyline because it was not that good. It was for Anne Hathaway and for Julie Andrews. It's like yeah. It's like yeah.
And Anne Hathaway continues to just be a lovely human being.
I know.
Just a pleasant, wonderful person.
Yeah.
It's just like, it makes it even better. It's like, you are just so lovely and so pleasant.
Mm-hmm. She's a princess and Catwoman. And like all these other things. It's like, you are everything. You're the best.
She's just lovely. Just lovely. That's how I felt about Brian Deckard's fiancée, Amelia.
Yes.
I was like, because I think I saw something she was in. Because I was like,
she looks familiar. But
she's familiar. I forget what it was, because she was like, oh, it's in such and such. And I was like, oh, I remember seeing you in that. Because, like, I kind of recognized your face, but I didn't remember. Because I knew it wasn't just the Tracys. I was like, oh, I saw you in that thing, which I can't remember what it was. I was like, my God, you are so pretty. And you're just so genuinely lovely.
Yes.
And you accidentally stabbed that person while you were playing the video game.
What?
Did she? And Brian was like, you stabbed him.
Oh, no.
She's like, I panicked. I didn't mean to. He was like, you had plenty of time.
Oh, no.
She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stab him. I meant to hit this other button. He's like, you hit the other button that was on the other side of the controller and you stabbed him. It's really funny. It was really funny. And then, like, because I've watched the 4th episode of their playthrough, which is the last one. And I watched that one first because that's what, like, popped up, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then, like, as I got to the end, I was like, I'm watching the very last one because they're at the end of the story. Oh, that happened. Oh, they're crying.
Now I have to go and watch the rest of it with this knowledge.
They're, like, so upset. So upset.
Now I really have to go and see it. Now, I don't know if I want to because
they're so upset. And so I was like, I need to watch this all from the beginning. So I'm like on the 3rd one now. Then I'm going to rewatch the 4th one when I get home. And now that like I've seen like all their decisions building up to it. Because he did a different decision when Kara and the child Alice. I wanted to call her Amelia and I was like, it's not Amelia.
No.
When Kara and Alice escape, when they're trying to find a place for the night, he does a different decision. So they see something else that Jack did. And I was like, oh, there's this thing. That's fucking creepy as diddly heck.
I like how in the ending credits of the game, you see like the different paths.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. I didn't know if she was wearing a beanie.
Yeah.
That's a different decision where she acquires a beanie. Apparently that changes the storyline.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Yeah, so he does a different path that way. I don't even know, like, what the decision is that changes it. It must be while they're in the store.
Because you can do a few different things there. And
I think he gets a wire cutter in the store, and that's what changes that option, because he has the wire cutter, and Jack didn't have the wire cutter.
No.
Because Jack realized after the fact that he could have used the wire cutter. It's like, oh.
There's a reason you could access the cameras to see the blind spots.
Yeah. So, I think Jack in his, like, live stream playthrough before it went belly up, and his, like, graphics card, like, fucked up. He ended up seeing that.
Oh, okay.
I need to rewatch Jack's too. Well, that's my plans for my day off.
Because I've seen him playing just like the main. I haven't seen him do it on stream, so I need to watch that. And
I think he did 2 different streams. The first one, he, like, it fucked up halfway through, and he's like, I have to restart everything. He's like, I guess this, because it was like 2.5 hours, and he was like, I guess we have to end it because I have to restart everything.
Yeah.
Because he captures the game through his graphics card, and after so long, it ends up fucking up. And it delays, so when you're doing, like, a battle, it delays the movement, so, like, you would end up like failing the battle because he like doesn't see
he said there's
the
like
right
a 20-second delay.
Yeah. Which I understand, and that, like...
Yeah. Because some of those are, like, really fast that you have to, like...
You have to do that, yeah. So, and then the second one, I think he was, like, more prepared. And that's when he was doing, like, the, like, fuck everybody and everything playthrough. But, yeah. And, Brian is going to do Red Connor playthrough after they get back from getting married. So it's going to be like on the 15th or some shit.
Okay.
And so that's cool. And he's going to do something with Jack. You knew about that, right? Connor, the guy that plays Connor is doing something with Jack.
Really?
Because Jack tweeted him or something, and I guess Brian didn't see it. But he said something in like one of his shows. He was like, yeah, Jacksepticeye tweeted me, and apparently I didn't see it. I saw everyone being like, Jacksepticeye tweeted you! And he's like, so I saw that. And he's like, yeah, we don't know what we're going to do yet, but when Jack is in LA, they're going to do something and, like, stream together or something. So that's really cool.
That's so great. Jack will finally get to meet Connor.
Yeah. So it was really cool. And he, like, says Jacksepticeye. He's like, and Jack, like, he's, like, uncomfortable, like, not comfortable with the name. He doesn't, like, know how to do it. So he's like, Jacksepticeye. And it's like, pauses.
Just call him Sean.
Just like, pauses. But that's really cool that they'll get to do that.
That's so cool. It's like, Jack got to meet Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, and now he's going to get to meet Brian, and it's so great.
He'll get to meet Connor.
I know.
And,
hopefully his amazing, like...
And his waifu.
Tracy.
Connor and the Tracys.
Yes.
Like, that's so exciting.
Oh.
Really picked up me popping my knuckles.
Just on a little side note, have you read any of the webcomic Check Please?
I started reading Check Please and then got distracted.
Oh.
But I do need to go and
all
actually...
in one go.
I need to actually reread it, and I need to reread Homestuck and actually get to the ending, because somehow the ending has not been spoiled for me.
I didn't know there was an ending yet.
There is finally an ending,
okay.
And apparently it's, like, disappointing, and I'm like, I don't care if it's disappointing, but it was running for so long, whatever it ended on was going to be disappointing, because there's so much fan stuff and fan theories, just like Sherlock has been disappointing ever since the first season.
The second season was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
The first season was good. Second season was...
It was fine, and
we got more Minecraft, which I was happy about.
And then the rest of it was just like, I'm done with this now. I don't care anymore.
And then I was just watching it for Minecraft.
Yeah. It's like, I just don't care.
That's all the only reason. And I don't think they've had a... No, they finally did have a scene together. In the Abominable Bride.
Yeah. Because I remember being
when they were standing over the grave.
Yeah, they finally have a scene together.
A scene.
A scene, one single scene.
And then doesn't Lestrade go into, like, Minecraft's office the one time?
I have no idea. I have, like, lost so much of my memory as far as Sherlock.
I have no idea. I just read the fic, and it's mainly Lestrade. Because, John Locke is good and all, but I prefer Mycroft and Lestrade. Just like I prefer Crowley and Bobby in Supernatural as opposed to, like, Destiel. Because it's just old dudes being grumpy with each other, and it's great. And complaining about the youth.
I'm glad you're happy.
No, but Check Please.
Check Please. Like, I read
it all in one go.
Like, the first 20 pages, or something like that when it was, like, because it's still on Tumblr. Isn't it still on Tumblr? Yeah. and I was gonna donate to get the second book when she did her second Kickstarter.
I need to buy those.
And I didn't have the money at the time, but I need to read all of that because apparently it's very good.
It's so good. It's so cute. You know how, I mean, I liked figure skating, but then I actually kind of understood more about it when watching Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, it's like, I see.
I had, like, I knew that there was a thing called hockey.
I know of the hockey.
Yes, but reading this, I'm like, okay, I understand more, but it's not
understand
all about the hockey,
yeah.
but it is about hockey. It's like,
Yeah.
I understand this. Like, okay, now I won't be just like, there's sticks,
the sticks
and
the
you know,
puck,
the
and they
burnt
fight
brownie
sometimes.
that they kick around, and you know,
Yeah.
but this, yeah, it's like, okay, I still don't understand the point system, but I understand this enough that you know I can.
It's like, the hockey.
Yeah,
I can have a conversation about the hockey
yes,
now. I understand the hockey.
yes.
Have you read Check Please? Because
it's so great and it's so cute. And I need the
seem-
next page, and it
does
updates
seem-
on like Mondays.
it does seem so cute. It's like amongst everything
Just
else.
wait until you get to the
Are they finally together?
Yes!
Okay, because like I think everything like blew up on Tumblr when they're like, they're finally together.
Because I'm glad it wasn't spoiled for me because I as like just a random page like in the middle like popped up at my Tumblr one time because somebody reblogged it and I was like, okay, but it was like, you know, obviously they were sleeping and like the other one's phone went off and he's like, honey, you know, your phone is going off, but they didn't show the other one's face.
Oh.
And so I wasn't spoiled for that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm assuming it's going to be this other lead character, but you never know.
Yeah.
It could be these other 20
you
guys.
You don't know how the story's going to progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. So I started from the beginning, and the whole time just like, it better be, but what if it's not? And it's like, but what if, but they seem to hate each other, but what if? And then finally I'm like, yay!
I need to read it.
Oh, it's so great. And I love how they do it because, you know, you click like for the next page, but then you click on the little arrow in the box, and it takes you to the pages. And then once that's done, then you click on the arrow down here to go to like the next. It's really cool how they have it set up.
That's cool.
Instead of just like next page and it has like this whole line where you have to click on each image to read the text.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Or open it at a different window. I don't like that. No, this way it's all like size. You can read it and it's great.
Nice.
I love it.
That's nice.
I love it. If you go to like their actual Tumblr, their Check Please Tumblr, it's like you can, so instead of it being like this, we have to click on each thing. If you go, let me find it, like to the actual.
Okay.
So it's that, and then you click this little arrow to go to each panel.
That's good.
So
coding. That's awesome.
And then once
she did
that's
good with the
done,
coding.
you know, once that's done, you click down here to get to the next, and I like that a lot.
That's someone that knows how to code
I know.
properly. I wonder what that's like.
That's so great. I love it so much.
So way back in Adam Lambert fandom. Speaking of coding, this is what. Way back in Adam Lambert fandom, there is a Twitter called the Big Ben Clock that goes bong bong every hour, and then someone made a Twitter called the Big Ben Cock that goes dong dong.
I love it.
Hour.
I wonder if that's still up.
There it is. Because my little clock from when I was in Adam Lambert fandom, called the Tommy Clock, would go Tommy, Tommy every hour, just to mess with people and just to piss them off.
Yeah.
Because it was the height of, how dare anybody like Tommy? And then someone made the Adam Clock that would scream Adam every hour. And then there was some shenanigans in the middle of the night, because I worked third shift then, and someone made a baby clock because Adam Clock and Tommy Clock had a baby clock.
Oh, God.
And, are you ready? This inspired someone to write fanfic about how the baby came to be.
Oh, God.
And how the clocks were in love.
Oh.
Because when I found out someone did an Adam Clock, like the clocks started flirting with each other because it's the middle of the fucking night.
Exactly.
And I'm bored. And Adam Lambert fandom was an experience. I still don't know who the hell the baby clock is. I don't know.
Oh, that's
because no one would own up to who the baby clock was. They just made it, and so baby clock still exists. It's dead now. It's like no one's like logged into it. I know who Adam Clock is, Because, like, they eventually ended up giving me, like, the password, and I had control of both of the clocks, because they were just like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm bored. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, just give me the clock, and I'll take care of Atom Clock.
Yeah.
So, for the longest time, I was using a website called, like, Future Tweets or something to, like, schedule tweets. Mm-hmm. So, Tommy Clock would, like, if it was, like, 1 a.m., it'd Tommy once. If it was 2 a.m., it'd do Tommy, mm-hmm. all that stuff. And then Future Tweets, like, died.
Yeah.
And... like, it was, like, fine for, like, a good couple months, and I would, like, half the time, like, forget to schedule tweets. So I'd be like, fuck! Like, because someone would be like, it's like 1 a.m., where's Tommy Clock? And I'm like, fuck! Yeah. I forgot to schedule the tweets! Because I have to, like, manually schedule each tweet and type it in or, like, copy-paste it each time, and it was a pain in the ass. So it was really fun, like, training someone at the hotel working third shift and be like, I need to go into the back of my computer for, like, a half hour and just rapidly type on the computer and, but like, really fast. And they're like, do you run, like, a side business? And I'm like, not exactly. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, like, it's okay. All my tweets are scheduled. Now I can actually continue to train you to do the paperwork. Yeah. It is now 3 a.m. So, all that stuff. And then, like, so, like, the website would, like, not do anything for a while. The tweets would just be sitting there, and I'm like, why is it not actually doing it? And then it would like throw up all the tweets at once. So people would be like, my entire feed is just the Tommy Clock screaming, Tommy, what is happening? They'd be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, the website did it on its own. It stopped for a while, and it was just like, blah. So Tommy Clock died.
Yeah.
And I have been trying, it's like the only time Google has failed me. And I think it's because I don't know what to Google for. Because there's websites where you can, like, make a Twitter bot, which is fine, but it's not what I need, where it, like, I need this to tweet at this time, every day.
Yeah. And
because the person that runs the screaming bot, there's a bot that just screams, like, endless screaming.
In my head, I hear Jack, the whole time, every time that pops up.
Because she runs an endless screaming bot, or they do.
The infinite scream.
Their name is Nora Reed on Twitter, and they run I don't know what their pronouns are. They run or what they identify as. Yeah. I don't remember, and I
always use they.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more like Phil and just use they all the time because like didn't feel like being really good about that. And sup, birds? Damn,
it's feeding time.
It's feeding time, I guess. So they did like a little thing because it was like the endless screaming bot, and I think Johnny Sun's like self-care bot ended up tweeting each other, and so it was just like an endless tweeting back and forth where it's like, have a drink of water, and like endless screaming, be like, ah, and then remember to take care of yourself, ah, just constantly back and forth.
That's awesome.
And I think that was the two. I think it was endless screaming that was part of it. And Twitter ended up, like, shutting them both down because it was just, like, never ending. And they had to go and, like, get them back up.
That's good.
They were like, no, we've stopped this never ending cycle. So, like, give me our bots back. Yeah. Like, give us our bots back. But they put up a thing. This is hard. They put up a thing where it's like, this is how I, like, code endless screaming and these other bots that I have. And I'm like, okay. So I'm, like, looking at it. I'm like, this requires JSON knowledge, which is a coding thing. I'm like, well, let's like Google like tutorials, and I'm like, this requires a level of coding that I do not possess right now because I don't know what I need to learn to do the thing. So at some point in the future, when I learn how to do the thing, TommyBot will just randomly appear, and everyone that has forgotten that TommyBot exists, it's just gonna appear on their feed, and they're gonna be like, Jesus Christ.
I figured you were going to say we'd make a Dan bot and a Phil bot.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Yes, I'm going to.
And then their own baby bot.
I need a pen. Okay. I'll remember.
Let me get you a pen.
No, it's fine. I'll remember. This is very important. I'll remember. Oh, that'll be exciting. I just have a bot that just screams like fandom in all caps. Like, just at random. It would probably be easier to make one at random. My problem is I don't know how to make it at a certain hour, at a certain time. And I wonder if I need, like, the bot to be centered on a server where it gets the coding from so the server can keep time. Instead of, like, a website that would keep time. I don't know how that would work. And that's like, my knowledge is so limited. I'm like frustrated because I'm like, I don't even know how to get to the knowledge that I need. So at one point, it's probably going to be like 3 I'm going to be like tweeting Nora Reed and being like, I just need like just enough knowledge to get me started. Where would I go to do this thing? Because they're like, this is the website I use, which is like just a bot website. And I'm like, cool. And they're like, this is how you like, because the way they have it set up, they have like part of like the first part of the scream and part of the last part of the scream.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like different variations of the length.
Yeah.
And the code puts the 2 together at random and then tweets it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like, but the website is tweet every 15 minutes, every half hour, every whatever. And I'm like, okay, that would be cool. Tweet it every hour, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how to do like, okay, it's like this hour. Where does the hour start? I don't have the knowledge to be like, it needs to start at midnight and tweet 12 Tommies. And then again, an hour later, just 1 Tommy. Like, I don't know how to do that, and it's frustrating. This is like the only time the Googles has failed me in like trying to find what I need, and I think it's just my own limitations and what I need, like knowing what I need to search for. It's like, it's so frustrating.
I would love to have a knowledge about something like
Me
that.
Me too.
But I can barely. I can work my computer and my phone.
Yeah.
And even that fails me. But at least I can turn them on and off.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
I can
get to the internet.
If my computer has a problem, Dan and Phil just updated.
Oh god.
Yes, it's The Sims. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Dab and Evan mess around.
Oh yay! I love how
Pride Month is alive.
Now they're living vicariously through their grandchildren, to their grandsims.
I'm so excited. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm so excited. I have to wait to watch this. I'm so excited. Okay. I'm a mess. I'm so glad that all the listeners get to go on this experience with me.
Every time.
I hate myself. This is awful. Where's the damn tweet?
Oh, it's great.
Come on, where's the damn tweet? Did I miss the tweet? I have the alert. Did I miss
just the look on your face when you found out they updated? It was like you came down and Santa had come. And he even left the cookies for you.
The cookies are still mine. He didn't even eat the cookies. Why haven't they tweeted?
It's probably there. They're
You're
getting
taking
ready
your sweet ass time tweeting. There's an alert. Oh no, that's just me like reblogging my own other Twitter. Or reblogging my Twitter, yes, retweeting my Twitter.
It's the
same
difference.
Sons. I don't care if Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted. There's more important
He's not
things.
playing Sims, so
he's not playing the Sims. There it is. Hi, Dan.
You should play Sims and do the astronaut career.
I'm going to. I think what's going to happen with like my most recent Dan and Phil Sims is one of them's just going to become an astronaut so I can experience that.
Yes. I need to do that. I think my Amy Sim became an astronaut. And then something happened.
Dab and Evan become official boyfriends and things get PG-13 steam. Anyway, you were saying?
This said my Amy Sim became an astronaut.
Oh yeah, I was going to make
my Mark Sim did not. Even though he's the one that wants to become the astronaut, he just kind of didn't. It's like, okay, you built the rocket ship, and yet Amy is the astronaut because that's what she wanted to become, and you didn't want to.
Yeah, my Amy Sim is like an astronaut, and Mark is unemployed.
Yeah.
He just stays at home with Chica.
It's fine, because Chica needs her dad.
Right.
While like Amy is off making friends and being queen of the aliens.
Oh, this is funny. It's an interactive interworld tour map.
Oh god!
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah!
I'm a mess.
It's great.
This is what happens when I'm at home.
You sound like me when I was watching Tyler stream when he was being Benjamin the Butler. That's what I was sounding like the whole time. I was just like, hands on face, was being like, just like making noises.
I did not realize that I could make the noise until like I started watching Dan and Phil, and I caught myself doing that, and I'm like, my God, what am I?
You're finally becoming human.
No, I didn't want to. Retumble down. Oh. Alright, do you have any parting words? Because I need to end this so I can go home and watch this video.
Always drink plenty of coffee.
Yeah, also I've had so much coffee and no food.
Yes.
I had 1 cookie.
Yes.
So I'm running on sugar and like 4 espresso shots.
Yes, as it should be.
So I had 2 cups of coffee at home.
The world would be a better place if everybody just had 1 cookie and 4 espresso shots.
Like, I realized that like I'm a happier person when I go to work with no food and so much coffee.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're in a good mood, and I'm like, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
No, I'm probably gonna try and take a nap in the heat because I have to work tonight.
You have a good time.
But I'm probably just gonna end up being on YouTube. And
I know I am.
going from watching Dan and Phil play Sims to watching Connor play Connor.
Yes.
I mean,
Brian's...
He has a very unique voice.
He does. It's almost
I
raspy, but not...
And it's not deep, but it's not a higher... I can't explain his voice. And it's very... I love listening to his voice.
It's calming.
It is.
Like, and when... aside from, like, the part where they're like... and they cry.
Yeah.
The whole...
I'm just like...
Brian and Amelia's playthrough, I'm like, this is, like good sleep YouTube for when I get on, like, I'm so tired of listening to, like, Dan and Phil play The Sims as I fall asleep, except for this video. So, like, that'll be a really good sleep YouTube, because, like, you can only...
There's the same thing over and over.
There's really no quiet jacked videos.
Now, see, I went from my go-to sleep, like, playlist was Junk Minecraft.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's like them randomly laugh, but it's like, it's still...
But it
doesn't
wasn't
matter
like,
how loud they got.
Yeah.
I mean, even when, like, Latin Goddess, like, scared Mark. The spikes.
There's some spikes in my recording software.
And that wasn't even you being loud.
No, I was, like, not actually screaming because I didn't want to, like, be at home and be like, Jesus Christ.
Yes. I'll wake you up. No, but my go-to playlist was Drunk Minecraft. Because even when they were being loud, it was still just fun.
Yeah.
And then, I got through... What I'll do is I'll listen to it from beginning to end, and then maybe I'll do it like a second time, and then I'll switch to another playlist. Right now, I'm working my way through Dan and Phil's gaming playlist.
Yeah.
The 1,000 and something videos. Dan doesn't even have his Hobbit hair yet.
I know, right?
And it's been a good few weeks. Because I will pick up, like, where I left. I'll go back to, like, what I remember, and I'll watch it till I fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I work my way through the playlist like that.
Yeah.
So I'll see, like, the videos a minute at a time, and then I'll fall asleep. And it's fine.
Sounds about right. That's pretty much what I do.
Right, but I skip over the impossible quiz ones.
Yeah, because that's just, like, wake up and be like, Jesus Christ.
I was like, I don't want to watch this while I'm falling asleep.
I just fell asleep and then screaming again.
I know. And so I think next I'll go for his, Brian Decker to play through of Detroit Become Human. Because it's so, just from what I've seen, and I've only watched about 10 minutes of it, it's like, it's just so, I just love him so much.
Yeah, he's, like, seems like a genuine, like, nice human, and we need more of those. Because I was like, you seem like a genuine nice human, but I'm going to watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to listen for when you say something incredibly stupid, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But he hasn't done that, and I'm just like, well, this is nice.
I know.
Look at you, and you're an actor, and you, like, are a gaming nerd because... His hair.
Ah!
And, like, you can see sometimes where he, like, pulls up the thing. He plays, like, Crash Bandicoot. And, like, these other games, and I'm like, so you're actually, like, kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
Which means Amelia's probably also kind of a nerd. And it's like, I see. Well, it's good that you're, like, in this video game because you're a nerd, so you understand, like, the joy of, like, being in the video game.
I mean, he got excited because someone gave him a Connor jacket, like an official Connor jacket. He's like, I haven't got to wear it yet, but he's like, it's so great.
He had to wear, like, the motion capture suits, and he was like, oh, yes.
And I like through the stream, they have the LEDs.
Yeah.
I want one.
There's at one point he's like, Connor's a deviant now, and he like rips off the LED. He's just like, I was a deviant now. It was like really cute. Like I really like. I'm gonna go watch the fourth of their streams again.
I'm not gonna skip forward. I'm gonna watch it from the beginning. I'm not gonna skip forward, even though I really want to know what happens, and it'll hurt me because these are robots.
It will hurt you.
Watching Jack's playthrough, I don't have emotions about people.
Yeah.
Except
but
how
them
terrible
robots,
they
man,
are in general.
Anytime one of them dies, I'm just like, this is so upsetting.
I know.
They just wanted to be alive and be free. Why would you do this?
And I love me robots and all of them because they do have feelings.
Yeah.
I want to be like how some people have feelings, but people are terrible in general.
Mm-hmm.
I was having all the emotions while watching Jack play that, and I don't get emotions, and there was like some tears, and there's never tears.
See, I'm like the sympathetic crier, so like when they both started crying, I was just like, I can't, just like I gotta look away. I can't even. I was like, I'm so glad I'm at home and I don't have to work today, because I think it was one of the days I didn't have to work, and I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to go into work. I'm having a feeling.
Yeah.
They're both crying. They're upset.
I probably will just because they're the android.
Yeah.
And that did this one.
I really like that, like, I think it's weird that, like, the androids kiss. It's like, you are little machines.
Yeah.
I assume you are programmed to, like, because I'm like, watching the fandom, like, come alive.
Yes.
Watching the fandom, like, spring into existence on Tumblr is so interesting. And so, like, just watching where it's going to go, and I hope it doesn't end up like my experience with Welcome to Night Vale, where the fandom was, like, so cool and creative.
And then
shit just got boring.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
I found one thing, and enough people latched on to that one thing
like,
that they pushed out and beat down all the creative people.
Of course, Cecil wears a sweater vest in the desert. I don't want to talk about it.
And has a third eye.
I can't talk about it. I can't.
I don't like it.
I can't. Anyway, because it was, like, so creative, and, like, the fic was so creative.
I need to go back and reblog some of my old Night Vale fic and fan art.
And, like, the beginning of the fandom, people would, like, put, like, a music file in the middle of their fic to make it the weather, and it's like, this is so cool. Yeah. This is so different and interesting. But I'm, like, watching the Detroit Become Human fandom just, like, slowly, like, come into existence was so cool, and I really hope it doesn't end up all android smut.
Yeah.
Like, them fucking in, like, human ways. Because it's like, so I'm thinking, like, watching this and watching, like, because Marcus ends up kissing North at one point. Which is fine. It's like what you would expect, right? But they also do, like, the hand thing.
I like the hand thing.
Like, the hand thing is, like, that's where, like, that's, like, Vulcan kissing.
I know!
It's like, this is android, like, you're my partner now. We're going to touch hands. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're sharing that, like, you're sharing the data, you're sharing, like, all of that, and that's, you know, it's like, oh, I love it.
So it's like you're sharing things, you're interfacing.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that a lot of people latch onto that and try to think of creative ways that, like, how machines would have a relationship.
Exactly.
Like, instead of, because I know humans program them a certain way. But being a machine and being an android, you would hopefully learn to develop your own way of having a relationship.
Because they're learning, they're learning machines also. They're not just...
Yeah.
So
hopefully, like, I would hope they would develop, like, their own android culture that's separate from whatever the humans, like, originally programmed them to be, since they broke out of their programming.
Yes.
And I would hope that fandom would latch onto that. I mean, probably not, because, let's be real. But I would hope so.
Yes.
And I was, like, really glad to see the two Tracy fics.
Oh, Tracy's.
Like, weren't, like, well, and the Tracys leave and then they bang. It's like, no, the two are not like that.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, good. That's great. Can we continue on this line of, like, not being weird?
Yes.
And being gross about the robots. And, like, I'm going to write a Tracy fic. I already have, like, it started.
Yay!
So, hopefully that gets done. Maybe, like, amongst my copious free time, that will happen. After I watch the Stand and Feel Thing.
I adore the Tracys. And I wish we got a little more.
Right? They do, like, because Emilio is like, where are the Tracys in, like, after after Jericho explodes and all that.
Exactly.
They're in a different location. She's like, we need to find the Tracys. Where are the Tracys? Did they get out? And they find the Tracys. The Tracys got out.
That's good.
You can't talk to him because she's like, go talk to the Tracys. And Brian is like, I literally can't walk over there. It won't let me walk there to talk to them, which is kind of disappointing because they're like repeating characters. But she was like, damn it, we can't talk to the Tracys. She's like, but they're right there. She's like, they're right there. So
do you get to see them? Because I know we saw them like when Jack was playing it. Do we get to interact with them more? That Jack just didn't find out?
I don't think so.
Okay. That makes me sad.
That makes me sad too. But, they're there.
Yeah.
They escaped Jericho after it explodes, so...
I didn't know if maybe he just did something wrong, and so you couldn't go interact with him more.
No, unless there's just something else that even Brian didn't find. So, I don't know. At least Connor didn't didn't talk to the Tracys.
I like that in Jack's playthrough. He kept Luther alive. I love Luther so much! Oh.
Yeah, I was really excited about that. I didn't realize that, Luther could die immediately.
Yeah.
Until...
Basically every character can die immediately.
Yeah, until a different playthrough, but, yeah.
I love Luther so much.
He's a good person. Nice old man.
I know, right? It's just... I love it so much. I knew. Spoilers. I knew that Alice was an android.
I figured.
I knew it.
No, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Oh.
You need to finish watching Brian's.
And I need to watch Jack's.
Brian's. Because, Brian knows she's an android.
Oh.
Brian does.
Oh.
Brian does.
Oh.
Because Brian has been, sitting on this game for, 4 years, waiting for it to be released.
And so he's kind of poke here, poke there, ah.
So, Brian knows she's an android. I know. It's really fun. It's really fun. Oh. Okay, I need, I actually need to stop this now.
Yeah.
I need to end this. I don't even have any parting words. I'm gonna go watch the NFL play the Sims. Yes. You can reach us at #fandom on Twitter and #fandom.life podcast on Tumblr with the hashtag spelled out. It's not just a hashtag. Or email us at #fandomlife@gmail.com. We'll see you around the internet. There is a critter! And I'm like, is it a spider? Do I need to go kill it? She's like, it is a critter! I was like a cockroach?
Describe.
A cockroach? She's like, no! I was like, is it a mammal? Yes, it's a mouse! I'm like, okay. She's like, I can't work under these conditions!